Nothing to do with the crime or anything. The crime came from within, unfortunately. It's still there. But we are working with the crime element as well, because they need fresh fruits and vegetables too. So that's where
Who, criminals need fresh fruits and vegetables?
I have a food access plan, and they are part of my food access plan. So I support, and they also are a part of my organization. Thank you.
Okay. Now let's hear from your opposition. Yeah, sure.
I'm Governor Ruby L. Crandall, and president of the Small Business Association. We've been there over 32 years on the 1st. I stand today because I realize the fact that we just do not need any more stores in that area. I know that there's a drug problem, and we've been the ones who've been fighting the drug problem. I've been in that area over 55 years. And I think it is time for us to get something for our young people. Like, they need tutoring. It's so many things. I don't know why everybody wants to come in and have a store. I do not, as the president of the Small Business Association, agree. And my reason is that I've seen our young people get killed there. And if we open up any kind of store in that community, we're going to have the same problems that we have now. Right on the next corner, there is a store on Bentonville Street. Up the next corner, there is a store up there. On North Avenue, Cutter's, nothing but stores there. So I, as the president of Small Business Street, been there for over 30-some years, 32 years. As president, my husband was the president first. When nobody else was doing anything, we were cleaning up. And now all of a sudden, everybody want to come in and open up a business. That's where I stand with it. And if it is approved today, there will be some things that we would like as Small Street Association to be done. Number one, we need better lighting. That's number one. Number two, we need cameras. Number three, we need him to hire somebody in our community. Because our young people need jobs. And when these businesses come into our community, they don't hire anybody. They bring their whole family, and they're the ones who reach the benefits of the finance. And then they go home at night and leave their trash and leave others hanging around. It is time for us to speak up for the right thing. We need to be a community together. We have 100 and some odd names the last time we were down here saying that they did not want it. Thank you for allowing me to say this.
Thank you very much. Anyone else?
I'm the person that wrote the letter that.
That's Ron G. Mother.
Yeah, I know. He didn't read it in its entirety. My children are grown. They've gone to college. And through the 30 years, it's been just chaos. And I don't want to be redundant, Mr. Chairman, about it. However, my feeling about it is that this grocery store, first of all, Mr. Muhammad put the sign up saying that he wanted to have the grocery store / sub shop an extension with this dry cleaning business. That's what the signs went up. So the community was alerted that he wanted to have a grocery store and the laundry, the dry cleaning. So the sign is there now saying the same thing. He comes today and said he just wants the grocery store. We were in opposition, not of both, but of the grocery store / sub shop, because children will linger around. It's been my observation for over 31 years as a single parent. As a single parent, I've watched within 1 block radiuses, 2 and 3 doors from my step, blood and bloodshed from, I live 6 doors away from this establishment. And I've seen bodies, I've walked through, it's just something. For 30 years, there have been at least 25 dead black males. And we just cleaned up the community. That property has been vacant for 1 year. And it's because of the Baltimore City Police Department working with us. We've been patrolling, keeping that corner clean. So when they surveyed the property, they didn't see what other people saw who didn't want to come into the community anymore, because we began to step up and we began to take over our streets. And now for him to understand he wants to earn a living and this is what he wants to do. But as far as fresh vegetables and food and all, our community helps each other. We have these things. We take care of our elderly. We put their trash out. We make sure they have food to eat. We have a grocery store up Mondawmin. And then we have the corner store that's more convenient for the small children who congregate around, and the police is continually have to be called all the time. This would be like sticking your finger in a fire. You're going to get burned. This is my observation. I raised my 3 children. One of them are here today, standing with me. And it took a lot for me to keep them children focused. But unfortunately, every parent isn't like that. You know, they can't do that. I worked 2 and 3 jobs, and I graduated from Coppin. 26 years it took me to get a BA degree. I've helped children in the communities and grandmas, but this is not a good thing. It would not be a good thing for our children. This guy just said to me, his wife said to me,
this way around the store.
Sister, yeah, okay.
It's my domain.
I said to him,
I don't care how much age you got
we
on.
couldn't come to agreement because it's all about for him. And by determined, it's about the money. And she said, well, we didn't kill them. And I was saying, please, can you do something else with the property? You know, dry cleaners is fine, but something where these children will not congregate. And it will be, it's just a matter of time, and we've worked so hard in the last year. The property has only been 1 year, and we as community members are even thinking about it ourselves, trying to get together, getting some money together, and creating an outreach property. But in the meantime, when things are calming down and everybody's working together and things are calming down, there hasn't been a death in 1 year, and that's a plus, because we've all been working together. And now you come in and you say that you don't even care about, and this is what you said, you don't even care about what the present status is. All he cares about is the money. He's put money into the property. He lied. He lied and said that he wanted to have a dry cleaners. That's what the sign says. His intention from the beginning was to have a grocery store. He put the sign to make the neighbors think, in my interpretation, that we want to have a dry cleaners too, but the intention was not to have a dry cleaners. It was a grocery store. And the fresh vegetables and fruit, we do that anyway. It's not that you looked around and you saw, you know, that other stores didn't have it, because they are equipped with it. But I just really want to plead with the board to please reconsider any grocery store, you know, if that's within the guidelines and laws. And like Ms. Purnell said right here, if they have to have it, there has to be some conditions, you know, some really, really stern conditions, because it's just inevitable that it will grow, it's going to draw that crowd back. And it's just sad, but it's true. Thanks for listening.
It's about to get real now.
Yeah.
It's about to get real.
Yes, sir.
Do you see any distinction between a grocery store and a carry-out store?
No,
The
sir.
other stores in your neighborhood, I understand, are carry-out sub-shops, if you will.
There's no separation from the two, because as long as the doors are open and you're selling something in there, and you know, it's some place for these children to congregate and come in and come out, and the police come by and they're dodging in and out, and after they're gone or before they come in, it's a place where the police would, you know, think that they're buying something, or you know, purchasing something out of the stores. It's basically a smoke screen for now. I'm not saying that later on, as things get a little better in the community. It's only been a year. It hasn't been 4 years, 1 year. Maybe, you know, a few years from now, when the community gets a lot stronger, then something like that is warranted. But at this time, and thanks for asking me that question, not at this time. It's going to bring a lot more chaos.
So there's a little bit of conflicting testimony with respect to how long the facility's been abandoned.
Yes, sir.
You had said that it's been 1 year?
Yes.
Or is it your testimony that the dry cleaning business was functioning a year ago?
Well, let me tell you, in October of 2013, it was some gunfire, and the bullets came through my window. In October 2013, the building was open then. So if that's about a year or a little over a
She
year.
a whole month off with that one, though. It was really August. But as long as they believe. That's what
They ain't trying to correct it. We
Nah,
just
you
keep it on the other side. Flying in the air. Roger can fly.
Dry cleaning establishment. But I don't have any further information about when that was happening. Other than the fact that in 1968, the board authorized the extension of a tailoring and pressing business into 2307 and to install dry cleaning facility. So it's been a long time.
I'm not sure because it was never defined.
Why she done shut up? She done said no, no,
I can't let her get back in. She had her shit.
Huh?
Right, I'm focusing
Started on
on
first with the base and put on the market.
I think somebody gonna correct that in a minute.
Huh?
Someone gonna step up and say something.
And it's you, right?
With the dry cleaning.
You're right there.
You
Which-
would have
where
the
you at again?
clothes on the racks and you would push the button in, because I've taken clothes there.
It's all like they are
less than
from
2 years ago.
Afghanistan. They're Muslims.
So, was the dry cleaner operating out of 2305 and?
That's where I got my tickets from. I took my clothes there and got my clothes picked up from there about 2 years ago. So it had all the equipment.
You can state your name, please.
I'm David Jones.
And they
05
get real.
was actually the dry cleaners where you go in and you get your ticket, you drop your clothes off. Next door is where he had the machines for the dry, the pressing, and the washing. So that's what the building was.
It was open up.
Yes, it was open up. And can I say something else? My name is David Jones. Again, the main reason why we don't want that grocery store there, and I don't want to keep sounding over and over again, is because of the violence. You know, when the young lady says something about it being dirty down there, trash being down there, hasn't been no trash down there. She stays in her 1800 block. I'm from that neighborhood, been there for 44 years. I know everything that goes on in the neighborhood. The majority of the people that was killed in that neighborhood, I happen to know. So when you state that down on President Ruxton, that's trash, that's not true. Because myself, Ronnie, and other people, we get the trash up. Hasn't been no trash or anything around it. We don't even allow drugs to be sold really from the 1600 block, the whole block of Ruxton, 16 to 18. Michelle, with all due respect, she don't know what goes on in the neighborhood. She stays in the 1800 block. She's not part of what goes on. As for a store having fresh fruits and vegetables, that's the least of our worries. We have a store right on the corner of the 1800 block of Ruxton Mr. Sam had for 11 years. When I go in there, he has fruits and vegetables when I go in there. I've never seen Miss Sheila patronize that store. So to say that we need fruits and vegetables, no, we need a community to stick together and to get rid of that crime. And so far, I believe we've been doing a good job and even putting my life on the line to get rid of that element. You understand? Because, you know, I can easily become a victim, but I stand up for what I believe in. I have 2 daughters in the neighborhood. You know, my mom's no longer lived around there, but I have daughters around there, and I make it my business to ensure that there's no drugs being sold between Baker Street